Right. Semen del Piso back once again with yet another video, of course, and analyzing the Dhammapada. What is the Dhammapada? It's a whole collection of quotes about various states of being, right? Various states of mind, written by the Buddha himself, right? In reference to Theravada Buddhism. We know what Theravada Buddhism is. It's basically an individualistic approach to reaching nirvana, which is enlightenment, complete detachment of the things of this world, complete an emotionless state to the things of the world. Let's just talk about it. We're going to talk about a very powerful aspect of life that a lot of people just surround themselves with unwillingly, unknowingly, and in most cases willingly and consciously. Evil, right? What is evil? I spoke about this in an earlier video. We know what evil is. It's not basically some dragon, right, that spits fire at individuals, right? No. Maybe the dragon was protecting his way of life, his or her way of life. What evil is due to the understanding of knowledge, you seek to keep people in the dark in order to shadow their lights, right? To perpetuate ignorance. That is evil. Evil is understanding the power of semen retention, yet sleeping and having sex and destroying and elongating your journey to the divine. That is evil, objective evil. And there is no there's no if and buts about it. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get right into this this Dhammapada chapter of evil right now, right? So let's see what Buddha says. He says, hasten to do good. You got to do it as fast as possible, right? Find out what the heck objective good is. I'm gonna tell you something. Let's begin. To figure out what the heck good is, what objective good is, please do not look at the people of this world. I beg you, you're not gonna find out what good is. They're gonna try to define that good is the accumulation of physical goods, having tall buildings, right? Brushing shoulders with Larry David in them, right? Having Mercedes Benz, right? Keeping people in the dark about what true knowledge is, right? If you are interested in the works of Isaac Newton and his life, that it's like, why are you interested in that? Go look up one of the Kardashians or something, right? Why don't you just have kids? Don't listen to these freaks. They're not a good example of what real good is. You need to change the conditions within your vessel. What is that? By abstaining from the things of the world. Inevitably, your body will be filled of the things of the higher realms. I.e., for men, we got to be on semen retention. We got to be celibate quick. When you are celibate and you are rejecting the things of the world, inevitably your body will become an antenna for attracting the things that are objectively good. And trust me, good is ugly a little. It's going to seem ugly. We know in the Bible, just not to get sidetracked, in the Bible, remember all the agents of Satan, right, and of the Dark One, right? What's going on? How we doing? What's up? All the agents of the Dark One were very beautiful individuals. They had nice hair. They had great eyes. They spoke with honey, like from their tongue, or however the Bible described it. Well, remember, all the angels that meant good, they were multiple-eyed. They had wings, and their voices, they were speaking directly to you. Their voices coming from there, from there, from there. Be not afraid. And then people were, oh my goodness, angels, essentially, in that example, good is going to seem evil at first. It's going to seem ugly, but it's just telling you the harsh truth. That is objective good. My point is try to find out how to be noticing of objective good as quickly as possible. Then you shall hasten towards doing good. Let's continue. He who is slow in doing good, his mind delights in evil. Of course, the objective evil, which is exploitation, ignorance, and destruction of all kinds. The mind, resistance of the mind, and just, of course, obstructing your path on trying to get to objective good. We know this, guys. We know this is easy stuff. We know this. Stop trying to indulge in the things of the world. Stop trying to seek what they seek. You are not going to find any role models here. That's just as simple as that. Maybe through Semen del Piso, right? But of course, I have my battles of my own. I am not free from this cycle of evil. Let's keep going. But I'm certainly doing my best. I'm going to tell you that right now. Should a person commit evil, let him not do it again and again. Let him not find pleasure therein, for painful is the accumulation of evil. Because, like I said, I didn't say this. I'm just what do you call it? A liaison, right? I am just a communicator. Everything exists in dualities. There is a cause and effect. There's a consequence for every single action taken upon here. Even what I'm doing now, here, I'm just on this goddamn boardwalk yelling about good and evil. There's going to be a consequence, perhaps immediately or in the future, right? But I'm ready for that consequence because I know what I'm doing is objectively good. I'm enlightening. I don't think that that could be bad. Of course, it would be bad to the system, which perpetuates evil. But in general, I think it's not a bad thing to try to talk truth. Truth is incredibly important and is well needed. I'm the ugly one perpetuating that truth, right? The ugly truth. Let's keep going. Should a person do good, let him do it again and again. Let him find pleasure therein, for blissful is the accumulation of good. Well, remember, they sort of put like a little pillow on it. They put like a little honey and drizzle it with a little bit of sugar, right? When you do good in an ecosystem that is perpetuated by evil, right, there's going to be pain. You're going to have a lot of dangerous things threatening you. There's going to be a lot of dangerous things in your midst. People are not going to like you. You're going to be marginalized from friend groups. Your teachers, your mentors, your people that were adults that you otherwise looked up to when you were younger, they are going to reject you. Everyone shall reject you. This is the truth. That shouldn't deter you from doing good. It is the right thing to do. Like in Teen Titans, I always quote the master. There is an easy way up the hill, and then there's a right way up the hill. Everyone seeks easy. Everyone seeks the easier route. It's easy to have families. It's easy to smoke weed. It's easy to do drugs because it's easy. It's reflexive because they know no better, right? They don't understand the truth about action and consequence, cause and effect. Perhaps in 30 minutes after you hit the bogue, you have like this elation. It seems like nothing bothers you. The entrapments of children, the entrapments of responsibilities that every single person with a reproductive system, a respiratory system, a circulatory system, a nervous system has to go through being subject to this world. Why the hell are you taking drugs to hide from the truth? But of course, in the future now, you are subjecting yourself to respiratory issues, neuroses, right? Because the marijuana strains that they have nowadays are stronger than ever. I don't know, but I'm sure of it. So you want to stay away from these things. Always consider the long term. Always, always, always. Even the same with children. You think that having kids now is good, right? Oh, I have a kid. It's going to be like a copy of me. In reality, you are lending to overpopulation, which is a drain on the scarce, finite amount of resources that our Mother Earth has, right? For pride and selfishness, ultimately. And then, of course, we have a thing. I'm not against, well, you know what? I am. There are mental states when people have not ascended in this world. I'm gonna break it down scientifically. When people have not ascended in this world, they covet the things of the lower realms, right? Well, remember, all of that stuff it goes and transfers through in genetics, right? That's why we have in the Bible that the God says, if you've done something wrong, then the punishment will be, it's 7 generations down the line. This is because that punishment is being tied to your DNA, is being tied to your genetic code in the form of maladies, in the form of disorders, in the form of preoccupations of silly sort, in the form of reflexive responses that are illogical with the direction of the objective reality. That is what happens through genetics. We have an abundance of people now with kids that have these maladies. And then, of course, we have gender politics and the people in government that validate this type of behavior because we have to love, they're kids, right? They don't know any better, not understanding that their parents, their progenitors drank alcohol. They did drugs. They did things that had a consequence that manifested itself in their genetic code, which was passed down to their kids who are apt to perpetuate the same thing. What I'm saying ultimately is that if you are not ascended and you have kids, which are the majority of people in this world, then you are leading to more danger for the special ones, the ones that are undertaking the practice to ascend. It is inevitable. This is science. There is no ifs and buts about this. Let's continue. Listen, it may seem like I'm some sort of, this is just the reality of the matter. In a vessel that has a certain amount of qualities, of predispositions, mates with someone else that has a certain amount of predispositions and reflexives towards certain behaviors. If they come together and create a copy of themselves, which is essentially a child, that child is going to be an amalgam, an aggregate sum of both of their maladies. And then they're going to perpetuate that again and again. They will not seek enlightenment. They will not seek the higher realms. They will not seek ascension. Simple as that. Maybe I could owe my current state to my father or my mom to some degree. I don't know, which I'm very thankful for. But Ultimately, be careful. If you can't control yourself, and you must have children in this realm, please be careful of the people that you are mating with, because you are perpetuating sin unknowingly, unconsciously. This is reality. Reality. This is logic. Why can't we see it as such? This is not religious mumbo jumbo. Just look at it. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It may be well with the evildoer as long as the evil ripens not, right? But when it does ripen, then the evildoer sees the painful results of his evil deeds. We know this. It may be ill with the doer of good as long as the good ripens not. But when it does ripen, then the doer of good sees the pleasant results of his good deeds. Of course, as with one, with the other. Think not lightly of evil, saying it will not come to me, right? That's haughtiness, that's pride. You are in an ecosystem where the prevalence of the variables are manifested in evil. Naturally, because you are in the midst of said variables, there is a chance, a probability that you will be affected because your personality is porous, right? That's just, why can't we see it? You don't need to go to goddamn school to learn this shit. By the way, I recommend school. You need like a sort of parameter of thinking. School, I guess, does very well at that to some degree. I did my bachelor's degree. I did my certificates. I did, I had my high school diploma, all that stuff. When you are in the midst of variables of a certain degree, science, guys, if you are around spiky individuals, right, in an enclosed space of X amount of length and Y amount of width, and you are in the midst of them and you're not spiky, there's a high probability that you will get poked. Pause, so to speak, right? This is just natural because you are in an ecosystem where the prevalence of the variables are that way. The same thing is if you are following the path of objective good and you're surrounded by evil, objective evil, ignorance, the masquerading of good, right? Some sort of good when they're actually evil. The destruction of knowledge, the obstruction of true knowledge, divine knowledge that could actually help your personality ascend, right? When you're in the midst of this, naturally you will be affected and corrupted, and then you'll start acting in those ways. You'll start acting just like the majority. This is natural, guys. Come on, let's keep going. Just as a trader with a small escort and great wealth would avoid a perilous route, or just as one desiring to live avoids poison, even so should one shun evil. I'm going to tell you guys this, all right? Listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. This is my personal journey, my personal opinion on the things of the world. The state of the world is fallen. We identify with evil, essentially, as long as they have a nice smile, long hair, and they belong to some sort of glorious elite, right? What one must do is go within the heart of that darkness. I'm not, referencing that book, Heart of Darkness, Secret Sharer, Conrad. I'm not referencing that. I'm saying that, one, because we're surrounded by darkness, don't seek to avoid it. Seek to understand darkness, even though it'll peer right into you and there's a chance of corruption. What you need to hold fast to is objective good. Understand that it doesn't matter what kind of stuff they perpetuate or they push on you, they broadcast. They talk about race, they talk about religion, they talk about poverty, they talk about a disparity of wealth. That stuff does not matter to you. What only matters to you is ascension. You understand these issues because they're of a lower vibration. All of those things don't exist because race is attached to the color of your skin. The color of your skin is of a dense vibration. Things of the higher realm don't acknowledge things like race because it matters not. It doesn't exist. All these matters are things of the lower planes. Allow the people of this world to perpetuate that. That's cool. That's nice. But we are learning their ways. We are learning how to go through these environments, discover what's really true, the gems, the diamonds in the rough, right? We're learning how to identify these things, and then we rise. That's the only thing that should matter. Don't shun evil. Understand evil. Look at evil in its eyes. Accept it, but never accept it in your soul. Don't allow yourself to be poisoned by it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Objective good will win. If on the hand there is no I love literature. I love writing. Let's listen again. If on the hand there is no wound, meaning there is no complete identification of evil in your midst, one may still carry poison in it, which means that there is still evil. There is still darkness in you. Understand, you have to have the eyes for objective good. That's the only way in order to be able to spot evil and shun it from your midst. Stop looking outward for affirmations for your character, for your personality. These people know nothing. I promise you, I live amongst them. It's nice. I smile, I wave, but I have no connection with these guys. I'm telling you this right now. They only know how to perpetuate evil. They only know how to perpetuate selfishness, greed, pride, accumulation of things, covetousness, envy. That's it. That's all they're fueled by. That's it. That's it. There is nothing that can be learned from them otherwise knowing how to identify the various poisons. Sort of like what do you call somebody that studies venomous snakes? A venomous snake studier, right? A scholar. That's the only thing you'll learn. You'll be able to identify the different venoms. That's about it. Nothing else. Poison does not affect one who is free from wounds. For him who does no evil, there is no ill. I'm telling you, the only way to identify the poisons or to identify evil is to understand objective good. When you understand what is objectively good, how to be a good person, how to be kind, how to lack ignorance, how to light candles of knowledge in individuals, right? Despite what religion or God they serve, because that doesn't matter. Once you learn how to do that or enlighten people, then you have gotten into the realm of objective good, and now you cannot be touched by the poison. They'll splash poison on you. They'll try to affect you in different ways. They'll indirectly attack you, but you can't get hurt. This is akin to the armor of God. Understanding objective good. Let's keep going. Like fine dust thrown against the wind. It's like fine dust. And the wind is just so strong because it exists objectively. The wind can always exist. There's no possible environment where wind cannot exist, right? It will always win. That is the whole strength of good. Evil falls back upon the fool who offends an inoffensive, pure and guiltless man. Naturally, these are rules. These are rules. This is logic. Some are born in the womb. The wicked are born in hell. The devout go to heaven. The stainless pass into nirvana. Let me describe this once again. Genetics. Genetics are the DNA. What is it? I forget what it actually means. Genetics imprison us all in this world. Genetics are the only way that we can pass down who our progenitors were to us that live in the present, and for us to the next of kin. Everything gets passed on in genetics. An environment affects us completely and will affect our genetics, which will inevitably affect the next of kin. If you are an individual predisposed to perpetuate evil, objective evil, then that will go to your next of kin, born in the womb, wanting to war, right? We have individuals that are not altruistic at all, that are not benevolent, that do not seek to suffer in order for ascension. They seek to make other people suffer in order to perpetuate and fortify their selfishness. These are genetic traits that are passed on from progenitors. People on semen retention, men, let me talk to you guys right now. You don't understand anything that you are doing on this practice. The more you are celibate, the more you are presented with your karma, the evil side of your karma, the other side, the consequences of your actions that have been committed by you. Then you spill off into dealing with the consequences that your progenitors have dealt, that is embodied within your vessel, which has translated into your karma. The more you suffer on semen retention, you are sacrificing your lust in order to ascend. The more you do this, and the more you are presented with your karma negatively, and you deal with it in an objectively good way, you are becoming way more powerful than your progenitors ever could have dreamed of being. You do not understand this. The ultimate state is the individual that has come to his place in the present moment, isolate of negative karma and consequence. Whatever action you commit right now, right in the present, you deal with it immediately. That is the powerful state of all ascended souls. You must clear your karma. You must. This is the ultimate state. Please try to get to this point. Neither in the sky, nor in mid-ocean, nor by entering into the mountain clefts, nowhere in the world is there a place where one may escape from the results of evil deeds, because it's written into our world conditions. Whatever the Almighty, the Manad, however he designed this world is made it wrought with conditions, results, actions and consequence, cause and effect. There is no escape from this world and the consequences that will befall you if you have taken an action, albeit an evil action. Understand this with your very being. Like I said, if you do not want to follow the ways of Jesus, if you do not want to listen to Krishna, if you do not want to listen to the Trimurti from Hinduism, if you do not want to listen to Islamic faith, if you don't want to listen to the Jews, that's fine. Understand this rule and you will become an ascended individual. You don't have to be a special individual to have access to this type of knowledge. Be very fearful of cause and effect. If you are fearful of this, then ascension is the only viable route for you. Because through ascension, you are dodging the vibrations of the negative effects of cause and effect. It is logic. Isaac Newton said this, Pascal said this, the mathematicians said this, all of them say this. This is logic. You don't have to be some devout being in order to understand this, but you shall become one when you embody it. This is the truth. This is the now. Okay, I'm gonna have a family, I'm gonna have kids. Silly. When you have those things, you are locking yourself in a lower vibration of consequence. You will be forced to do things in order to perpetuate the life of someone else. Therefore, disobeying utilitarianism, seeking the existence and the comfort of existence of the one, your child, over the majority. You are perpetuating poverty, which perpetuates suffering, which adds to your negative karma. When you evade these tunnels through ascension, stop having kids, stop drinking alcohol, stop smoking weed that makes you feel, the body feel inclinations and reflexive needs to do evil. There is no way that you can be touched by cause and effect. This is logic. You don't have to read a book in order to figure this out, right? Let's keep going. Neither in the sky, nor in mid-ocean, nor by entering into mountain clefts, nowhere in the world is there a place where one will not be overcome by death. That's it for Buddha's writings in the Dhammapada. What are we going to say about this, right? This is all logic, guys. This is all logic. You don't need to read some goddamn special book in order to come in accordance with truth. There is evil, absolute evil. There is absolute objective good. Obviously, it is easier to do evil. Otherwise, we wouldn't be put in a situation in order to triumph, right? Because if it's easy to do good, then no one will learn crap, right? We are in the midst of individuals that do drugs, that smoke weed, that drink alcohol, and then they put themselves in high positions of power, and then they indirectly broadcast this way of life on everyone else. Have families, so you are imprisoned with this world, so you never seek the things of the higher realm, subjecting yourself to the negative karma that comes about with trying to perpetuate and make comfortable the life of the one over the many. This is logical. What can be done, Sombra? What can we do? I'm gonna tell you now, right? Seek the things of the higher world. This is not just some mumbo jumbo. This is real. I am in my mid-30s. Oh, 33, right? Interesting, I'm 33. And I have no fetters in this world. I have my passport. I've traveled to myriad locations. I have not been to prison. I do not have any debt. I do not have any kids. I do not have any family. I do not do drugs. I've been sober for 9 years. I try to cultivate my vessel to some degree, right? I do some sort of martial arts to some extent, calisthenics, right? I lift weights. In energizing my physical vessel so it could be an antenna for the things of the higher realm, and I'm never distracted by these fools that know nothing. You will do the same in order to seek ascension. Stop seeking the things of this world. Trust me, it is going to be easy to ascend. Forget kids. It sounds beautiful, it really does, but I'm telling you, it's a prison. It is a prison of ideology. Leave it behind. Stop seeking relationships. Stop seeking emotional connection or a validation to express physical love on this plane, because it will remove your energy and therefore subjecting you to the tunnels of fate for the basis of the basest worlds. Robberies, murder, dissolution, neuroses, disease, disorder, incarceration. All of it will happen to your soul, because you are of the lower realms. You have sought the things of the people in this world. Kids showing off chains, listening to Bad Bunny, and actually identifying with his music, not seeing these things as entertainment. Be ascended, gentlemen, and you will find the way. It's as simple as that. And with that being said, that's all I have to say about this chapter in Dhammapada today. If you guys enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. Don't ever let this place get you down. I'm telling you, this is a new world. This is a new age. We are very powerful souls. Within our grasp, we have the sword of Damocles. In our other grasp, we have the access to the library of Alexandria. With these two things, we could ascend to heights unimaginable. All you have to do, men, is be celibate. And be celibate in earnest, semen retention. And once you follow that route, the Manad will guide you to a place where you are free from the cause and effect, negative actions and consequence of the things of this world. Trust me, you will be tempted. That is only tests to ascend. There will be people around you that will try to tell you, you need to start a family. Get this car. Why don't you buy this? These are all things of the lower realm, which is fleeting, which will fade, and it's not important. Cultivate your soul, cultivate your mind, and you will ascend yet. And always stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video. Woo!